This lesson is factoring trinomials of the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Recall that factoring means to write as a product and that factoring and multiplying are a reverse process. Using the FOIL method of multiplying binomials, we have the following. X times x gives you x squared. X times 1 gives you 1x. 3 times x gives you 3x. And 3 times 1 gives you 3. You combine like terms, and you have 1x plus 2x, 3x, gives you 4x. Thus, a factored form of x squared plus 4x plus 3 is written as x plus 3 times x plus 1. Notice that the product of the first terms of the binomials is x times x, the first term of the trinomial. Also, the product of the last two terms of the binomial is 3 times 1, the term of the trinomial, the third term of the trinomial. The sum of these same terms is 3 plus 1, which is 4, the middle coefficient. So you notice that we have x squared plus 4x plus 3 in factored form will be x plus 3 times x plus 1. So our goal is to factor the trinomial. We have x squared plus 7x plus 12. We begin by writing the first terms of the binomial factors. And you notice we have x and we have x because x times x gives you x squared. What you do next is you start writing down the factors of 12. And you notice that we have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. And what we want to have is we want the factors to add up to give you the middle coefficient. In this case, it's 7. So we notice we have 3 and 4, because 3 plus 4 gives you 7. Therefore, x squared plus 7x plus 12 is equal to x plus 3 times x plus 4. And if we wanted to check, we would go ahead and do the FOIL method. We have x times x, which is x squared, x times 4, which is 4x, 3 times x, which is 3x, and then 3 times 4, which is 12. We combine like terms. We have the 4x and the 3x, and that does give us x squared plus 7x plus 12. So once again, we want to factor the trinomial x squared plus 12x plus 35. And you notice that we have x squared at the beginning of the trinomial, so we know that it's going to be x plus something or some number times x plus another number, the same number or a different number. So we're going to go ahead and find the factors of 35. We're going to make a table. And we know that we have 35 times 1, which if we were to add, that would give us 36, and that's not what we want. We also have 5 times 7 is 35, and we have 5 plus 7, which is 12, which is close. We do notice that we have negative 5 times negative 7 gives you positive 35. So negative 5 plus negative 7 gives you negative 12. Therefore, the two factors that we're going to use is negative 5 and negative 7. So we're going to go ahead and write our two binomials. And we have x minus 5 times x minus 7. Now, if you'd like to check, all you would have to do is multiply, do the FOIL method. X times x, x squared, x times negative 7, negative 7x, negative 5 times x, negative 5x, and then negative 5 times negative 7 gives you positive 35. And if we simplify, we're going to have x squared minus 12x plus 35, and that's the trinomial that we had up here. So we're going to factor this trinomial, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at the last term. It's negative 12. We're going to come up with a table, and we're going to list some factors for negative 12. We have negative 12 times 1. We have 12 times negative 1. We have 6 times negative 2. And we have negative 6 times 2. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding. Negative 12 plus 1 gives you negative 11. That's not going to be it. We have 12 plus negative 1, which is 11. And of course, that will not be it also. We have 6 plus negative 2, which is 4, and that's what we want there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and write our two binomials. So you have x plus the first number, which is 6, times x minus 2. And if you'd like to check, all you would have to do is do the FOIL method. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 6 times x is positive 6x. And then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And if we simplify, we have x squared plus 4x minus 12. So we have x squared plus 4x minus 12. Now to factor example 4, we have a squared plus 2a plus 10. We're going to go ahead and find the factors of 10. So we have 10, the factors of 10. So we have 10 times 1, 5 times 2, negative 10 times negative 1, negative 5 times negative 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to start adding. So 10 plus 1 gives you 11. That won't be it. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. That won't be it. Negative 10 plus negative 1 gives you negative 11. That won't be it. And we have negative 5 plus negative 2 is negative 7. That won't be it. So therefore, we have to say, since we can't find factors, we're going to say that this is prime.